Hi everyone, I'm Peter.
I'm Tasha, and we're the authors of the Lil Peter children's book series. We started these books to share some of the life lessons we've learned over the years to future generations like you.
The book we're about to read is our latest in the Lil Peter series and is an invaluable story about how small things can turn into something big. Are you ready to get started?
All right, let's go.
Little Peter and Timmy were playing in Christine's backyard. Suddenly, a kitten raced out the back door and Christine shouted,
"Don't let Loka get away!"
The kitten dashed toward Little Peter and he quickly scooped her up. "I got her," he said. "I didn't know you had a cat, Christine."
I don't. I mean, she's still a kitten and we're not keeping her, we're fostering her. I call her Loka because she's so full of energy, Christine said as she took the kitten from Little Peter.
Loka is a funny name for a kitten, but what does fostering mean? Timmy asked.
My family works with a local pet rescue to provide special care to homeless animals so they don't have to live in shelters, Christine said. They stay in foster homes until they are ready to be adopted into their forever homes.
Forever? You mean forever, right? Timmy asked.
Nope. Since they have fur, I say forever, Christine said with a giggle. We give them lots of cuddles and attention, and we get to make a difference by taking care of them.
I want to help make a difference, Little Peter exclaimed. Could I foster a kitten too? Or maybe a puppy?
Sure, anyone can make a difference, Christine said. My mom says small things make a big difference. You start with a small action, and before you know it, you've done something big. But you better ask your mom first.
I guess, Little Peter said with a sigh, but no less determined.
Little Peter rushed home to find his mom making dinner. Mom, Christine is a foster and has a small Loka to make a big difference. I mean, can I foster a puppy? Please?
Slow down, Little Peter, Mom said. What's this about a puppy? You know, taking care of a puppy is a big responsibility, and I'm not sure you're ready for that. Where did you get this idea?
From Christine. Her family is taking care of a kitten named Loka. They volunteer at a pet rescue.
A pet rescue, huh? Are you sure about this, Little Peter?
Yes, I'm sure, Little Peter said, nodding. I want to rescue a puppy.
Suddenly, Marty jumped up. A puppy? Yes! Let's rescue a puppy!
Mom smiled at her two boys and said, "First, let me call Christine's mom and see what this is all about."
After dinner, Mom called Christine's mom and got the details. They arranged for Little Peter to volunteer at the rescue center on Saturdays. He could walk dogs and clean cages until soccer started up again. He would learn how much work goes into taking care of a puppy.
Little Peter was excited when he heard the news. He couldn't wait to start. "This is going to be fun and easy," he said to himself.
Little Peter had no idea it would be so much work. Sometimes the big dogs would take him for a walk.
Ew, my nose! Little Peter's eyes watered. There are some things you just can't unsmell.
Working at the rescue wasn't as much fun as he thought it would be. If it wasn't one thing, it was another.
Not again! Little Peter cried out as the dogs jumped up on him, spilling the food. Now his clothes were dirty and smelly. He sure didn't feel like he was making a difference.
Frustrated, he wiped the gunk off his clothes. Then he looked down at a hungry dog and remembered what Christine said. How making a difference starts with something small.
Hey, small guy. I guess without this place you wouldn't have anything to eat, or even a chance to find a good home, huh? Little Peter said to the pup.
Week after week, Little Peter worked hard to keep the pens and the dogs extra clean for visiting families. He wanted to give each dog the best chance of getting a forever family.
Little Peter did many small things without knowing what a big difference he was making to everyone around him.
Each Saturday grew more fun than the last, and soon, the final Saturday at the rescue had arrived. It was busier than normal, with lots to do, and time flew.
Near the end of his day, 4 tiny puppies were brought into the shelter. They'd been left in a box on the side of the road. They were dirty and hungry. Little Peter was asked to take the puppies to a pet pen and brush them down. That tickles, he said as the puppies licked his face.
Christine walked in with a bowl of food. I see you're working hard as usual, she teased.
Of course I am, Little Peter teased back. These little guys are full of licks and wiggles. It should be easy to find them a forever family.
Laughing at Little Peter, Christine said, my mom said I get to keep Loca. Do you think your parents will let you foster one of these guys?
Little Peter sighed. I'm happy you get to keep Loca, but I don't think my parents will let me foster a puppy yet. They still think it's too big of a responsibility for me.
Are you sure about that, Little Peter? A voice chimed in. Maybe you should ask them first. Little Peter looked up and saw his mom standing outside the pen. Mom, Little Peter exclaimed. What are you doing here?
Christine's mom called me when the puppies came in, Mom said. She told me about all the small things you've done to make a big difference for the animals and the families who adopt them. We're so proud of you, Little Peter. Your dad and I think you're ready to foster a puppy. If you still want to. Boy, do I, Little Peter exclaimed, reaching down to pick up the smallest puppy. This one! I want to foster this puppy! Oh, he's so tiny, Little Peter. Are you sure? Christine asked. Oh, I'm sure, Little Peter said. Wonderful, Mom said, smiling. Let's get some supplies and get that puppy home. In no time at all, Little Peter and Marty helped Mom set up the puppy pen and dog bed. What will you call him, Little Peter? Mom asked. I'm going to name him Hero, Little Peter declared. Hero, huh? He seems so tiny to have such a big name, Mom wondered. That's why I picked him. Because he is the smallest, Little Peter said. Small things can make a big difference. Hero may be small now, but someday he's going to be big. And I want to help him make a big difference with his forever family. That sounds wonderful, Mom said. It sure would be something to see firsthand. Wouldn't it be great to see 3 small guys making a big difference together? Little Peter looked at Hero. That would be cool to see. But what do you mean 3 small guys? Just then, Little Peter's dad walked in. That would be Marty, Hero, and you, Little Peter. Make 3, he said. Marty jumped up shouting, we get to keep Hero! Little Peter's eyes widened as his smile stretched across his face. You hear that, small guy? We're going to make a big difference together. Little Peter hugged Hero close as Hero licked his cheek. Wow, small things really can make a big difference. You're my hero. Oh my goodness. So, thank you for joining us today, listening to our story of small things make a big difference. Like the title of this book, all these stories are small events that have happened in my life. And I portray them in Little Peter, and each story comes out with a new lesson. We try to envision them with glorious pictures by our illustrator Maymay, and Tasha and I try and put the words down to make it fun and enjoyable reading. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you look forward to more Little Peter adventures. And until the next time, good reading. Do you want to foster a pet? Fostering means you temporarily open your home to a rescue dog or cat in need until they find their own forever home. OC Pom Rescue is a non-profit Pomeranian rescue based in Southern California that we're partnering with. They rescue Pomeranians and other small dog breeds. They prioritize medical care and decompression. For more information, please head over to their site at ocpomrescue.com. There are many fostering opportunities all over. Contact a pet rescue in your community and save a life today.